Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litza and this is Coco, and today we're going to talk to you about some of our acquisitions and our donations for wings. Now Coco has been to the beauty parlour and she's looking very fresh and beautiful. Here she is up close saying woof woof to everybody. Now she has been very patient waiting for her afternoon treat, so I will just give it to her now. Always as usual, her favorite chicken and cucumber. So I will just pop Coco down. So here she goes. Oh, I'll just pop her down and give her her treat, so I can chat to you about some of the acquisitions that I made recently. A few days ago, our Spotlight stores had a huge 30% off sale, and they also had a voucher that was available to all its VIP members, which is pretty much everyone as long as you sign up, and it was 40% off a full price item. So I managed to get quite a few little things which I actually do believe I need. I didn't just buy them because they were on sale, and there were, a couple that I did, get because, well, just because they were there, and let's be real, I am going to use them and I will show you all of them now. So I did get some yarn in mill-end bags, which was amazing, and then I did get some loose yarn and also a few tools and things, and they also relate to some of my other acquisitions. So I'm very excited that I was actually able to save so much money in the long run just by tapping into another one of our amazing sales here at Spotlight. So without any further ado, let me show you the first packet here, and I'm sorry if it's a little bit glary, but it's here. You'll see it's the Brighton Ombre pack, and this consists of, let me pop my glasses on, it's actually a blend of 50% cotton and 50% acrylic yarn. Now this is beautiful yarn. I do usually buy it loose. Now this packet generally, like normally, would cost you $50. Now there are 10 balls of yarn in here, which equates to $5 a ball. Now when I scanned them, I thought this would be my 40% off item, which I thought would be a great saving. They were actually reduced down to $25, so I ended up paying $15 for them. So that's $1.50 a ball. So I could not miss that. So I'm so glad I got them, because I can actually combine these now with all my other solid colors and create something beautiful with this beautiful, beautiful cotton. It is lovely and soft. Now, some of you may remember in my podcast, like our podcast number 19, I had made a beautiful little baby dress, and it was using the Bella Baby Wonder yarn. And this is, can you see that? How beautiful is this color? I'll tell you what that color is in a moment. So this yarn, and I did get it in two colors, and I'll show you both the colors here. So this yarn is 60% acrylic and 40% nylon, and this is why it's so super soft and squishy. Now this color here is excuse me, it's called Bright Spot, and this one here is Gray Spot. Now if you remember, the one that I used before was actually more of a tan color with little brown flecks through it and some charcoal. So I really wanted to try these colors as well. They do have 220 meters per ball. They're 100 gram balls, and they ask you to use a 4mm crochet hook, but I personally like to use a 5mm crochet hook because it gives it a much nicer drape. So these are earmarked for baby garments, so watch this space in the near future. I'm hoping to bring something wonderful to you, and it is beautiful yarn. Now this yarn normally costs, where is it, $8, but I did get it for $7, where is it, my apologies, $8, and I got it for $5.10 a ball, so that's pretty good. So I ended up getting 6 balls of that beautiful yarn. Now this yarn I absolutely love. It's the Motivera Shadow Ply yarn. I have purchased a couple of other balls in the same yarn, but I haven't actually used these yet. It's 60% cotton and 40% acrylic, but I just love the look of these colors, and unfortunately it was the only 2 left, and the color is gray print, which to me doesn't look right, but that's what it says it's called. It should have been, I think, brown print personally, but I'm not going to argue with the company. Now these come in, how many grams are these balls? So it's 8 ply, and the other yarn that I just showed you was 8 ply as well. So these ones, 100 gram balls, and this one also asks, says please use a 4mm hook, but I'm pretty sure I'll be using a 5mm with it. I'd like to make some sort of wearable with those as well, because I think that they would look beautiful, but at this stage I'm thinking of possibly a little top. It would have been nice to make like a dress out of it, or I could make a child's dress, maybe a toddler's dress with those. So they were reduced from $8.50 to $5.95. As I said, I would have liked to buy about 6 of those, but for now I'm happy with the 2, and I will definitely work with it. Now, still on yarn, I ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 million bags, and let me show you the first yarn that I got 2 bags of in 2 different colors for each one. So this yarn here, I've never actually used yarn like this before, so I was intrigued by it. I love all those little flecky bits that actually are 3D, and it looks like it's a spun yarn, so it's a twisted yarn. To me, it looks like it would be about an 8 ply, so I would definitely be using a 6, maybe even a 5 or a 6mm hook with this, because of the little bits that stick out. I think I would use a 6mm hook with this, and I got it in the 2 colors. I think they're gorgeous. I have no idea what it's called or what it's made out of, but I'm pretty sure that it's acrylic. But I love both these colors, either separately or together. So I'm thinking baby blanket or something along those lines. So I did get 2 of the blue and 2 of, let's just call it the rainbow. So that was pretty good getting, that's for so 1,600 grams worth of yarn there. So that's not a bad, lot of, there's quite a few balls in there. So I should manage to make a nice project with that, something that's quite decent. Pardon me, everything's just flopping around me, so I'll just make some room in case Coco wants to walk around. And then the other yarn that I just couldn't walk by, I actually looked at it once and then I looked at it again. This yarn just screamed to me Australia, America, New Zealand, UK. So it was like it was uniting all of us together. I know that that might sound a little bit silly to some, but I just love this yarn. It's actually got, look, see how it's got all the different colors together and somehow they blend in. Now this is definitely acrylic yarn. It's not soft or rough. It's actually quite nice. It reminds me of the Marvel yarn, and I think it would be at least a 4 ply. So this one, I only got the 1 bag, but I'm sure I can incorporate it with some solids in something. So I was very happy to pick that up. Just like I said, it just called out to me, by me for some reason. And then I purchased this yarn here, which if you look behind me, so this is just 1 bag, but I actually got this one because I had already purchased 2 bags, so I thought adding this to it, and this is what reminds me of the Spot Saver yarn that I have. So I'm guessing this is about a 10 ply, and I would use a 6mm hook with this. So now I've got another 400 grams to add to my collection, which means I can make a really decent sized project. So this is why I picked this one up, and it was the only one that was left, so couldn't leave it on its own, could I? And then I had to buy this one. Now this one is just gorgeous. Absolutely love it. It's all neon. It's like highlighter colors, and I only managed to get 1 bag. Let me tell you, I dug very deep in that big bin that they have with all the millends, but I only got 1. So I will keep my eye out in case I get some more in the future. Well, I thought this would be a very nice one to team up with black to really show the colors, or white just to, maybe soften it up. So either way, I'm sure I'll be able to work something out with it. Don't know what right now, but I could not walk past this one. Could not walk past it. Another beautiful acrylic yarn that I purchased. I'm guessing I'm in love with the speckle fleck look lately. So this one's got the pink background with the blues and the pinks, soft and hot pinks in it. It's definitely 100% acrylic. It's actually quite squishy, and I would say it's an 8 ply. I only managed to get 1 bag, but I think teaming that up with a nice blue even would be a nice project. Again, I'm thinking baby project, baby blanket. We'll see how we go. And lucky last, as far as the mill-end bags go, excuse me, off camera, I could not walk past this. So this is the red velvet yarn that I absolutely love buying. It's either chenille or velvet. But the reason why I always buy it, and I only managed to get one bag, is because red, for some reason, is very hard to find. So the last time I bought one was when I did the little loveys for the ladybugs. So now I've got a little bit more in my stash, which I'm so happy about. Now these mill-end bags, I ended up buying them in two separate visits to Spotlight, because I did make two over the last week, because I'll tell you why in a minute. I didn't just go randomly. So I ended up getting 5 bags at $8.40. And then I got 4 bags for $7.20. So, you know what, it's a win-win, because generally they're $12 a bag, which I think is a lot of money for mill-ends. But anyway, that's the price of yarn nowadays. So if you want yarn, you've got to pay for it. Now, my other acquisitions are 3 more things. But first of all, I bought some of this fleece, pre-cut fleece. Oh, I'm not sure if you can see that on camera. So basically, I bought 4. They're all 1 meter. Oops, and one more. There they are. They're all just solid colors. And the reason why I bought these is because I've always seen people make the little fleece blankets with, you know, the edging, crocheted edging. And I really, really want to try my hand at that. I think that they would be lovely. I did look at the prints for a long time while I was at Spotlight, and they did have some on sale. But I thought for a first project and learning how to cut the edges and that, I thought that I would try plain colors. But these solid colors as well, don't forget, they would be great. Like I was thinking, they'd be wonderful for, you know, putting on the floor for a baby, or on a change mat, or on a lounge if they're sitting there. So I think they would be very useful and very pretty after we do the border on them. So they were a really good price, because they're the offcuts at the end, and they were, let me see how much we paid for the fleece. $4.80 each. So for lots of those, so I ended up paying $19.20, which I think is really good value. So hand in hand with that, I had to go back, because I purchased those the first day thinking that I could possibly buy a rotary cutter online, because when I went to Spotlight the same day I bought those, they didn't have, so here's my rotary cutter that I got at 30% off, so it was really good value, but it's only got, like, you know, the edge that's cut straight. I've since learned, because I've done some research, that I need the skip stitch wheel, and unfortunately I can't find it anywhere other than online, so I'm going to have to purchase one online. So hopefully in the next few weeks it'll come out to me, so I'll be jumping onto Amazon later on this evening. And this ended up being a very good price of $22.20, and I saved $14, I believe, because generally it's about $36.20, something like that. So that was a really good saving. And then leading into the project that I wanted to make for wings, the donation for wings, I had to buy some beads. I've always had my eye on these pony beads, and this is a wonderful little box. Generally it's $17, and it does come with, let me tell you, I think about 200 beads. Let's see how many. Oh, it says 280 grams worth of beads, but they're such beautiful colors. Absolutely love them. And I can see them better like that, yes. Generally, I think they're around $17, but I ended up paying $11.90. So these are fabulous. I've always wanted to work and do some bead work, but I was always a little bit intimidated, but these ended up being such a good size. So they're all my acquisitions. It was a great opportunity at, as I said, 30% off. If I did a little tally, I'm sure that I've saved quite a bit of money here, and I've got so many projects to work on now. I'm actually very, very excited. This one excites me very, very much, because I've never actually done, you know, where you skip and make the cut in the flannel and then actually in the fleece and then crochet. I know some people have said, including my partner, said, well, we can sit there with a ruler and trace it out, and he's got some leather making tools and we could actually punch little holes in there. But I thought this is a tool that I'd like to have, because hopefully in the future I'll be able to make more and actually venture out and buy some of the fancier fleece or flannel, whatever you call this material, and then that way, you know, I'd have my little tool, which I think will become, you know, will come in handy. So thank you for, you know, hanging around with us for the acquisitions. Now I'll talk to you about the donation that I will be making to Wings. So Rose from Rose Likes Crochet, which I'm sure all of you know of her. She actually has an amazing project that she has been working on for the last few years, and it's donations to Wings, which is a domestic violence organization in the Chicago area in America. And I always watch her unbox all these amazing items that so many people so kindly donate. And I've always thought, wow, one day I'd like to, you know, contribute myself. And just the other day when I was watching her, and I wish I had thought of it earlier, because now I've got a bit of a deadline because I've got to post them off to get in time for March. In March, they're collecting worry worms and some fidget spinners. So I thought I could definitely make some of those. So in the last, you know, 24 hours, I've been frantically crocheting so that I can get them out to her by tomorrow, which is Monday here in Sydney, Australia, because it's will take a couple of weeks to get there. So I might just, you know, drop an email to Rose to say, hey, they're coming, you know, hopefully they'll get there on time. But let me show you what I've made, and I'm absolutely loving them. So any of you that haven't seen Rose's playlist on, you know, Wings, please go ahead and watch it. I'd be shocked if you haven't, but if you haven't, please go. There are so many amazing people out there that have contributed so many amazing items, and each month there is something different. So for this month, it's fidget spinners, worry worms, and some hacky sacks, I think they are. I don't know how to make, well, I didn't really have time to do those. So anyway, this is what I've made. So I've made a whole heap of these little worry worms. I managed to get 12 made. I wish I had more, but believe it or not, the eyes take me longer to do those French knots than actually crocheting the little worry worms. I think they're gorgeous in the rainbow colors. And I'm going to be putting all of them in a little package like this. Sorry if it reflects a bit off the light, with a little card inside. Now the card is just a little reminder, I'm just trying to get my glasses, to everyone who receives one that they're never alone and never to worry, to try not to worry. And it says, I'm your little worry worm, keep me near and squeeze me tight, tell me your worries and everything will be all right. Now I think that's pretty cool personally, so I thought I'd just pop them in one of these little sealed bags so they're nice and clean for whoever receives them. And that pattern is by Hooked by Robin, and she does a beautiful tutorial on it. They're very quick and easy to make. As I said, the worms take less time for me with my very limited sewing skills to do, you know, crochet in, sew in the French knot eyes. So that's that one project. And then I came across one of the most amazing tutorials from Norma at All My Crochet, and here they are. These fidget spinners, that's why I had to get the beads. You just hold them in your hand and the little beads spin around. Now they're small enough to hold in your hand and pop in your pocket, so they're very easy to carry around with whoever needs one, whether they be a young or an older person. I think that they're gorgeous. I did manage to make 12 of those in all different colors. I'll just show you the colors. So red, orange, yellow, the pink. So I made 2 of each, green, and lucky last, blue. Now these, I wish I had more time to make because they're so easy to make, so quick. And I've incorporated a skill that I wanted to learn for so long, and that's using beads with my crochet work. So as I said, Norma does an amazing tutorial on this. She actually has a little strap that she adds with some more beads on it, so you can hang it off your wrist, but I chose not to. I just thought that for, you know, for what I wanted them for, they'd just be easy to hold in your hand or pop in your pocket. So this is why I didn't add the string as well, but it is an option, and if you watch the tutorial and you'd like to add it, absolutely do. So they will be shipped off on Monday, which is tomorrow, and hopefully they'll get there on time. So thank you every one of you for hanging out with us. We really, really do appreciate it. Coco has seen something like, I think she's ready to go out. So that's my cue to say goodbye. Take care, everybody. I hope you've been enjoying your weekend. Happy crocheting, and we shall see you again in another video. Bye-bye for now.